covert narcissist, one of the hardest narcissists to spot. And they use a variety of tactics to get you hooked. But you might not even be in a relationship anymore, and you still find yourself hooked. What is going on? Is this a spell that has been cast on you? In this video, I'm going to talk about the #1 covert narcissist tactic. The #1 thing that they use to get you hooked and to keep you hooked. Watch this video. Hello and welcome back. I hope that you're all doing really well. So in this video, I really wanted to expose the psychology and the tactics that a covert narcissist will use against you to keep you hooked to them. Now, I'm not saying that they use different tactics because they're covert or another one because they're overt or grandiose. No, they use very similar tactics, but the covert narcissist is very particular in the way that they behave, in the way that they do things, which makes them or separates them from the other narcissistic presentations that are out there. And I really wanted to discuss this with you guys to give you some insight, to give you some understanding that actually what is going on with this type of individual. Okay, the covert narcissist. As the name suggests, they are covert, which means that they are under the radar. So it's not very obvious what they are doing because it is shrouded and covered in lies. Like, they completely and utterly just go under the radar and like people don't detect what they're doing. And they are like so cold about it. You cannot read this individual because they hide themselves because they don't show emotions. They don't tell the truth. So you never are kind of able to understand what is going on. And if you're someone like, there's people out there who don't understand what narcissists are, they are so not going to be able to figure it out. But because a lot of you have been in these dynamics, a lot of you understand what is going on, we know that this covert narcissist presentation is one of the hardest to kind of decipher, is one of the hardest to spot, because everything that they do is just so hidden. So you're probably thinking, Anushka, just get to the point. What is this tactic that they use? And that's just it. They remove themselves. They remove themselves from everything. It is like they are robotic. It is like they don't really exist in there. They lie, they cheat, they hide, they're sly. They cannot show you any emotion. They pretend. They make you think or see it, but they lie. They cheat you. And they give you this false hope. The tactic that they use is the lie. It's the lie, guys. And you're not going to see it at first. You're not going to be able to know. And even after, they are so convincing. They are so believable. Because what they do is they believe their own lie. It's like what they do is they compartmentalize. So they are different people in one. So when you're going into that compartment, you are that person. They're like an actor. They're like a method actor. They go from one situation to one place, and that's what they do. They pretend. That is the lie. They lie to themselves and they lie to everybody else. That is the #1 tactic that they use. And it's really hard to kind of try and see through the lie because it is done, or it is orchestrated so perfectly, so on point. And this probably makes you really upset or really angry at the fact that this person has done this to you. And of course, absolutely, when someone lies, when someone pretends to be something else, it is really difficult. It is really hurtful that somebody would actually behave like this, that somebody would actually do this. But the reason why they do this is because they don't even know who they are themselves. They don't even have an identity. They mold themselves into yours at the beginning so that you believe in them, you want them, you give them everything that they have ever wanted, you meet their needs. and they give you nothing in return. They give you absolutely nothing because they are an empty shell of who they are. They don't know who they are. That part of them, that personality, that died a long time ago, probably in childhood. And so ever since then, they have been trying to find their way home. They're like lost individuals in the world trying to survive in this life. But in the meantime, what they do is they hurt people because they don't know how to be. They don't know social and emotional cues. That is gone from them. They don't get it. They don't understand it. They are blind to it. But you see, narcissists in some way are empaths, dark empaths, because they can read you. They can feel what you're thinking. And so they use this compass, trying to figure out what is going on for you. And in that way, that is how they are able to manipulate and to control the situation. And you are oblivious. You don't even know it's going on. You don't see it because they are reading you. They understand it. And that's the scary part of it, isn't it? Because that is the tactic that they use. Their skills to be able to read people. Even though they don't have emotional and social cues, they are able to read people. But they don't interpret that information the same way that me or you do. But they don't give anything back. They are predatory. They don't give you anything back because they don't want to show you. They don't want you to see. Because if they do, that means that they are vulnerable and someone else can read them. And for them, that is a sign of weakness. And they don't want to be weak. They don't want to be known as someone who is exposing themselves like you know what they're thinking and they're feeling. Because they're so ashamed. They have so much guilt because they know that their upbringing, they know that their childhood wasn't all right. They know that there's something not all right with them. So they're trying to keep this hidden. They're trying to put a lid on it because it is too shameful for them to be able to admit that. And if you know, you can use this against them and you can then manipulate, you can then control the narcissist. Not that you would. You wouldn't do that. But in their mind, that's how they see it. That's how they're interpreting this because they think that you will do the same thing to them that they have done to you. So how do you overcome this? How do you get past somebody like this? I think the main thing for you to realize is that this person is never going to change. And this person is never going to give you what it is that you want. This person will always stay the same. Whether they've got new supply, new friends, new anything, this is how they will be. This is how they will stay. So there is no way that you are going to be able to change them or make the situation better. I think the best thing for you is to get away and stay no contact. Okay, and not be pulled into these games. For a lot of you who have done this, have gone no contact, make sure that they don't live inside your head. Make sure that you're not overthinking this situation, wanting closure and keeping that trauma bond alive. This is about turning that information inward and looking after yourself. They use these tactics because they are maladaptive. They are dysfunctional. It is not all right to do what you're doing. It is not okay. But they do this because they have no other choice, because they can't survive in the world the way that they are. They can't survive in the world around them. So they have to use these dysfunctional tactics to be able to just survive in this world. It's really sad that people like this exist, that there are people like this out there. But these tactics that narcissists use are only to gain validation from you. This is what they are looking for all the time. It is important for you to try and move past this, meaning trying to figure it out, trying to work this out, trying to move forward in this scenario, in this situation. Of course, there's different types of tactics that narcissists use depending on the personality profiling. But let's not get too, concerned with labels. All narcissists are dysfunctional, all narcissists are maladaptive. And so trying to work out which label or which thing they fit under, they all display the same types of personality traits. And so whether they're covert, they're overt, they're grandiose, they all do the same thing. So for you, this is about getting away and staying away from this person. This is about you really reaching your optimal recovery. It is really hard to know that this person changed during the course of your relationship. And they do, because this is emotional inability to be able to regulate their emotions or self-soothe. So they will use you to do that for them. They will expect you to do that for them. And so you're not their emotional slave anymore. Like, you need to concentrate on yourself and really work towards, you healing and moving away from this trauma bond, moving away from this person once and for all. It is really hurtful. I know that, like, this is going round and round in your head. Like, why? Why do they do this? Why would this happening? But they're not going to change. This is who they are. Like, this doesn't change over time. And just because they become older, you think that they will be more emotionally mature. No. This doesn't happen. They stay the same. This is their way of understanding the world. This is their way of being within the world. So if you are someone that is going through this, please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. I also do offer a mentorship and a journal club. So if you're interested in joining that, please see the description box below. I also have a Discord server, which is absolutely free to join. And there are some really wonderful people in there. We've got a supportive community, and you can chat to people 24/7, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, because people are there from all over the world. And if you're interested in joining, again, please see the description box below. Guys, I hope this video has helped, and I really hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.